Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nieces, nephews, cousins, relatives, aunties, uncles, grandma, grandpop, is the world's most dangerous podcast.
Dope Dealers Podcast.
You know what it is. It's going down. It's your man Jamal Doman at Jamal Doman.
Tobe Hixx at Tobe Hixx, Tobehixx.
Episode 84.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, man.
84. We 16 away from 100. That's
exactly, man.
Shout out to the troops.
They get the bell for that. Yeah, shout out to the troops.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard, the Bloods, the Crips, and the SAs.
Exactly. It's going down, man. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, at Dope Dealers Podcast, and also, please subscribe to us, rate us, and leave a review on iTunes. That's very, very important. Toby, we got a dope show, man. We got my homegirl in the house, man. Man. We're gonna be talking about the plant-based lifestyle, man. We're gonna be talking about that. Like a few months ago, we had remember the episode we had the plant-based from a eating point of view, from a diet point of view. But my homegirl is here. She's gonna do it from a lifestyle. It's not eating. It's the whole plant-based lifestyle. Like it's really big, man. And
I think that's the lifestyle I've been living.
Oh yeah. But you that other plant-based.
A lot of plants. Yeah, I've been smoking them since I was 10. Shit.
Yeah. But you talking about that other. But I think it's definitely in the climate change, the world that we living in, and just what happened at the United Nations just yesterday. That it's good. It's perfect to have her on here. Just
what
talk
happened
about,
there?
Oh, y'all, the little young, climate change is a big thing. Little young, sweetest activist, went up there and cussed out all the world leaders basically about.
I did see that.
Like climate, like what's wrong with y'all, man? Like y'all tripping, man. And of course the right went after her because that's what they do. They go after 16-year-old girls, and But we'll get all into that, man. Everything good, man? How was your week?
Oh man, it was great. Saturday, man. Shout out to Twyla. Thanks to Twyla Johnson, and I did her Nothing But Funny comedy show at the Federal. Her once a month daytime show from like 1:30 to 4. That shit was real cool.
I was there. It was a great show.
It's a hell of a thing telling jokes in the middle of the daytime. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got, they had to do the show with only one blunt in me by then.
That's what's up, man. You do anything else?
That was cool. No, that was it this weekend.
Okay.
Hung out with my daughter. That was good.
Shout out to everybody listening to last week's episode, to snitch or not to snitch, man. People were commenting on that. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
This bitch ass.
But you know what, man? Somebody brought up a good point, man. Somebody was online was saying,
what's the good point? Go ahead, nigga.
Them niggas he snitched on, they tried to kidnap him and robbed him. So they like, man.
No. Remember we discussed this? I'm telling you, man. Them niggas didn't try to kidnap him. That's his reason for they ain't do shit to him because they knew what type of nigga they was.
No, they got a video. No, they have a video of him being kidnapped. They actually, I guess the car that he was, that camera that's on the car now. They got a video of the actual act. So
I think he knew he was gonna get kidnapped.
You say again? What'd you say?
I think he knew he was gonna get kidnapped.
And then on top of it, hold on. What I'm saying is, those niggas really real gangsters. If they was gonna really kidnap him, they would have killed that nigga. Trust me on that shit. It wouldn't have been no kidnapping. Let him go. What they get for kidnapping?
And then he went on Angie Martinez and was
they didn't get no money.
It was
for
a movie. My life is a movie. I almost got kidnapped.
Well, I don't know if he got. I'm just saying, if niggas try to kidnap me, all bets is off. I'm snitching on everybody. That's what I'm saying.
He was an informant, in the testimony. He said, he set somebody up for selling heroin. He was
he's
just a snitch.
Hey, they didn't try to kidnap him.
This isn't the first time he snitched. This is the second time he snitched. Remember, he snitched in the rape case.
That's right. Yeah, he did.
And now he's snitching in this case. And he's dry snitching. He's bringing people into this that don't have nothing
Cardi
to do
B.
with
He didn't put Jim Jones. I know
Jim
Jones sitting at the house smoking a blunt. Like, what the fuck I got to do with this shit?
The attorney said,
he's lying all the way around, bro. They didn't
Jones.
try to kidnap him. Them niggas would have just killed him if they was mad at him. They wouldn't have kidnapped him and then let him go.
Well, they ain't gonna kill the money. He bringing in the money.
Well, then why would they kidnap the money?
Well, they trying to.
Why would they kidnap the money?
According to him, he had fired them. Remember,
if you gonna kidnap the money, you'll kill the money.
They got kicked out. They ain't gonna. I mean, they took some jury. I don't know. You know what? We'll get. Listen, man, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers try to snitch.
You
try to
always
kidnap
trying
me.
to find a way to take them niggas' side with some bullshit.
Motherfuckers try to kidnap me. All bets is off. But but he shouldn't be dry snitching.
No, he ain't
Cardi
dry
B ain't
snitching.
got snitch.
That nigga snitching with oil. He ain't dry snitching. That nigga's lubricated when he snitch.
He's a snitch.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, man. So shout out to everybody who listened to that episode, man, and talked about that, and man, that's and we'll follow up on that because I think it's going to be a lot more to that episode, man. We're definitely going to follow up to that. One of the comments we got is there's a difference between telling and snitching. For instance, my coworker, Lil Frankie, I call him Lil Turd, be steady snitching and lying. This fool is lucky we ain't in the 80s or the 90s. His life will be wrecked. That's one of the comments.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, it's different time. These youngsters let that shit slide now.
Hey, man, different times. Speaking of different times, man, we're gonna talk about what we living in, the times that we living in right now, and the plant-based lifestyle I think we're all moving towards. So we're gonna bring my homegirl in here, man, and as soon as I find her intro, here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a plant-based lifestyle influencer, Tobe.
Okay. Yeah.
But check this out.
She's definitely an influencer.
Without the granola vibes, ladies and gentlemen, Dope Dealer Podcast presents Brandi Austin. Yes.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Brandi.
I am here.
Now,
what is without the granola vibes, man?
Yeah, explain that.
Explain that to me. I have no
for
idea.
Me,
I'm sorry.
I grew up vegetarian, and I always, knew what veganism was.
As a child, you were?
Yeah,
Wow.
I had the crazy black mama that followed
Oh.
Dick Gregory. So
Wow.
she was vegetarian. Everyone thought she was trying to kill me because, I didn't drink milk. I didn't eat beef. I grew up in the Midwest. We have barbecue. And
Yeah, me too.
we didn't do all of that. So without the granola vibes, like when I was transitioning, like that was the one thing that turned me off from veganism is that it wasn't pretty. I didn't feel like I could live a life that was glamorous, that was beautiful. Like, it didn't turn me on because, like, when you think of vegans, what do you think about? Like, you think about somebody that's hugging a tree, that's dressed in hemp from head to toe, that smells like patchouli. That wasn't cute.
Okay.
So I try to, bring something to the lifestyle where it's like you could be hip, you could be trendy, you could be fly. You don't have to, wear burlap and hemp and, boring cotton all the time.
Now, you were a vegetarian, which is different from vegan, right?
Yeah.
Explain that to the people.
So, vegetarian, I ate eggs, dairy, and
chicken.
No, I didn't eat
no
chicken.
Okay.
And that's sometimes I eat fish, but
yeah. Now, growing up Muslim, we didn't eat beef a lot. We didn't eat it as a kid. Actually, I used to sneak off when I got older. I could, go do my own thing. I used to sneak off to McDonald's, get me a Big Mac or a Whopper.
That was so Burger King get a Whopper
or get a cheese Philly. We got a cheesesteak. But yeah, that was because we didn't eat beef, but we ate fish and chicken and stuff like that. And of course, obviously, no pork. But yeah. So it was. I remember. And still to this day, I don't eat beef a lot. Every once in a while, because now I know that the health, what it does, to you. But yeah. So we were kind of like, but we ate vegetarian, but we still ate the fish and chicken.
Yeah, and beef is kind of like I firmly believe like this stuff that's going on in the Amazon is because the government wants more cattle, because like beef is a huge industry. Just here in America, like it's ridiculous. And
yeah, I'm
cows
from Nebraska. That cattle, that shit is booming.
Yeah, the cows are like depleting the ozone layer. It's
now,
not
explain
faster
why is that? Explain to people who don't.
They're farts.
So they're farts. So that's what it is.
The cow farts are like
Hold on,
gas
explain that.
Yeah, go ahead. Explain. No, I heard that.
So it's like the methane gas that the cows pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It messes
it's
up
gas,
the ozone.
And it
it's
tears
fucking
up
up
the ozone layer. And you got to think about it like the industry of like farming. Like God didn't intend for us to have like millions of cows roaming the earth. Like it's very off balance.
Damn.
So think about it. Like
they farts stink that bad?
Well, it's not about.
I didn't know.
it's
that.
not about
necessarily stinking, but
it's just like the
you
gas.
have all that gas.
And then not even just the gas from the cows, but the gas from the factory farming, like, to keep all those animals like churning out like dairy, churning out beef, like that's a big factory. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, and just talk about what's going on Amazon. I know some of our listeners may not understand what's going on over there. I know it's
It was
burning.
on fire.
Niggas don't know what's
burning.
going on
And, like,
down the street from them. So
What's
they'll
most
definitely
important
explain
is
this.
like we need trees in the rainforest to provide us with oxygen so that as
Exactly.
humans we could breathe. So if like the Amazon is being destroyed, we're basically destroying our own livelihood.
Yeah, and that's why that 16-year-old
Like,
girl is
remember
going. Yeah.
sixth grade science when you talk about the ecosystem and how, like, you know, we breathe out CO2 and we breathe out CO2, we breathe in oxygen. We get the oxygen from the trees.
Oh, damn, man.
That's true. Yeah.
They's fucking up a lot of shit.
They fucking up a
man.
lot of shit, man. So what is a plant-based lifestyle influencer? What is that?
So I'm
Yes.
plant-based. I don't, even though like my IG handle is @VeganGlamazon, you can follow me there. I don't consider myself, or I no longer consider myself vegan, so I consider myself plant-based.
Okay.
So everything that I consume and everything that I put on my body is derived from plants. I don't, like vegans, I don't eat any animal byproduct, but I just don't like the label vegan because I feel like vegan, even though it's trendy right now, veganism has kind of been something that's been exclusive and not always inclusive.
Right.
And, I just don't like gangbanging. Like, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Crip, I'm not a Blood, I don't claim sets. So
Yeah,
I
do.
decided to drop, vegan as an identifier of who I am.
Okay. So how did you get in? Because I've known you for a long time.
Known
You
for a
wasn't.
very
Yeah,
long
I've
time.
known you college days, right?
Yeah, you've known me since I was a baby in
Yeah.
LA, like just getting started in Los Angeles.
Yeah, how long have you been, in the lifestyle?
So I was raised vegetarian. So my mom, she went vegetarian when I was 7. So the story is, it's very funny. She made me a turkey and mustard sandwich, which was my favorite when I was in like 2nd grade. And we had a holiday weekend. I didn't finish the turkey sandwich, so I came home. Instead of cleaning my lunchbox, I pushed it under my bed. And by Sunday, my mom was like, something is dead in your room. Like, what has died?
Okay, wow.
She went in my room and in my closet. She thought maybe there was a rodent of some
mouse
sort,
or
like a
something,
mouse
yeah.
or a squirrel had gotten in the house. Like, we cleaned it up, talked about them. Come to find out Monday morning, she's like, where's your lunchbox? I'm like, I don't know. It's under the bed. She opens the lunchbox and the sandwich had already rotted.
Oh, yeah.
And it smelled like death. And my mom was like, well, if that's what it smells like and it's been sitting in your lunchbox, like, what is it smelling like inside of our bodies? And so she just that day, she
Well, we
was
know it
like,
smelled
we're
bad
not doing this no more. Like, and then I grew up with her not eating pork.
Do you have brothers and sisters too?
I have 2 older brothers.
Oh,
But they were out the house.
Oh, okay, because that would have been hard for them to
13,
take.
15 years older than me.
Okay, so
I was a baby.
that'd have been hard for them to take right then.
Yeah, my mom, she followed Dick Gregory. She went vegetarian. She was drinking his shakes. And then,
Bahamian diet. My stepfather used to have them little cans, the Dick Gregory Bahamian diet.
With the little shaker.
Yeah, my stepfather
We didn't have none of that shit.
So,
it was eat everything at the house.
Growing up, men would stop her in the grocery store and they'd be like, oh, your skin is so beautiful. Oh, you're so pretty. And they're like, how are you so pretty? You're so beautiful. My mom's fine as hell. But they would just be attracted to her, like moth to, flame. And it was all because her diet, she didn't have any dead flesh in her body. So, she didn't she was slowing down the aging process.
Damn.
And so I was in a relationship. Relationship kind of got toxic. And I had wanted to be vegan for a very long time and switched from being vegetarian, pescatarian. And I have a good friend named John who's badass vegan. He's one of the biggest vegan plant-based diet influencers. And I was like, after this relationship was very toxic, I was like, I want to change my life and I don't know really how to do it. And he just was like, you've been talking about being vegan. You've been trying to make this transition. Now is the perfect time.
Right.
And so I just was like, okay, I'm going to try it. Didn't really want to do it, but I was like, I was yearning for something different. My friendships were very toxic. My relationships were very toxic. I didn't really like my job. And I just felt like life was crashing in on me.
Right.
And I was like, I need to do something for myself that's going to make a big difference and a huge shift in, who I am and what I'm doing with my life.
Right.
And veganism was that thing. I stopped eating like dairy. I was lactose intolerant, and that's like something that's crazy. Like to be lactose intolerant and your favorite thing is cheese and ice cream.
Yeah.
And so then
I'm
you're
that
having
too,
all these like skin breakouts. You got you're constipated. You're holding on to like 10, 15 extra pounds of weight. You don't know why. You're
I
like
ain't
in
never
this
had
brain.
none of them problems.
You're in this brain fog. You don't know until you take it out of your body, and then it's like, oh, you get this kind of like high about life, and you're like,
I know I ain't got no extra 10 or 15 pounds no matter what I take out my body. Shit, I can stop doing whatever.
you probably sleep better at night. Do you have anxiety?
Yeah, I could probably see that.
Yeah. So, and that led to me like cleaning up my diet and taking the meat out, and then a few years later, I was like, oh, let me look at my beauty products, and you don't realize like how many toxic chemicals are.
What type of chemicals do you mean that are toxic that are
like
in beauty products?
formaldehyde is in a lot of beauty products.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they get from? They get high off of that, right?
You get high, you embalm bodies with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
it's like crazy.
And that's in makeup?
It's in makeup, it's in skincare products, it's in hair products. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, wow.
And it's like you have to think about it as like our skin is our biggest organ on our bodies.
That's true.
So, and a lot of people don't realize that,
I didn't realize it.
we live it not even just like the makeup, the food, it's also like the emissions from the cars, it's the energy that if you're a meat eater, like if they sell us this image, oh, McDonald had a farm, and we think that, farming is this man in denim pants and a plaid shirt. When he goes to milk a cow, he sits on his little stool. But in all reality, it's not that. It's like hundreds of cows being hooked up and being like forced to produce milk. It's like modern day slavery. Like if
for
you
the
think
cows.
about
Damn,
it, for
the
the animals,
cows
like,
is
for
slaves.
pigs, for cows, like it's not a pretty picture.
Oh,
and it's like you have to
man.
think about like we're all energy and we're all exchanging energy. And if every day you're taking in this energy of an animal who's been forced to produce, forced to reproduce, and then forced into slaughter, and it's not, there are some people who are religious. They eat halal
That was
meat.
like slavery. Y'all right. They ain't bullshit.
Like,
God
and it's
damn.
not like they're doing it in a humane fashion. And it's like like when you start to see those animals and the fear that's in their face and the anxiety and like just that pent up aggression and energy that they can't express, you wonder why you go into places like the hood and it's like there's so much aggression. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's
that's
like
true.
we already have PTSD from being like Black in America.
Yeah.
Damn,
but
that's
then
crazy.
we're like eating the worst cuts of meat that have been gone through like the worst, like, most inhumane process to provide this meat to us. Like, we're not getting, like, south of the 10, you're not getting the same beef that they're getting in Beverly Hills. Let's
That's
be
true.
honest.
Shit.
And you know what's crazy is that being from Omaha, Nebraska, cattle is big in Nebraska, and we had what's called the packing houses. And when I was a kid, that's where a lot of the black men worked. People would come from down south to the north to get those packing house jobs. And I know people that worked there, and they said it was just absolutely disgusting. And people had to have a career that every day they would come home full of blood because they done chopped heads off of pigs and cattle and all this shit. Like,
And it's not like, like...
and that was their career.
And, Jamal, like, halal meat, there's a process.
It's a process.
Of how you... kill an animal for food. You just don't slaughter them and over slaughter them for food. You know what I mean? And I don't really feel as humans like, do I feel like we could live in a place where like everyone could be vegan? No, that's not realistic. But I don't feel as humans we should be eating the amount of meat that
Right.
we eat. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You
And we
think
shouldn't
we
be
eat
killing animals
entirely meat.
and over reproducing animals to the point that our earth is being depleted. You know what I mean? Like, this is our mothership. Like, we only get one earth. And a lot of us aren't part of that 1% that when this mug blows up, they're going to be in Mars somewhere or they're going to be in their bunker. So
I think people like Trump and these people who don't give a fuck, I think they just look at it like, well, I'll be dead. Fuck what happens after
they're
that.
not going to be dead. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of it, like, I really can't get into, like, the climate change because I feel like that, too, is not inclusive. They're not really marching on like nobody is really talking about like what's going on in sub-Saharan Africa, why all of these all the people are migrating north, you know what I mean? Because they don't have electricity. They don't have access to clean water. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about equality and inclusiveness. And it's like, yeah, we know the earth is like coming to an end, but how are we going to survive until then?
Right.
Like, who's having that discussion? How is, like, Africa is on the verge of having the majority of the world's population, but no one is doing anything to make sure that, Africa can survive. And if Africa doesn't survive, this whole world is over, because Africa is where it started. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense there.
It was interesting you said they don't get the same beef in the hood.
Oh, that's real.
No, definitely
now,
not.
That's real. Because it may, living out here, being from Philly, being from North Philly, and then living out here and influences of out here, just how to eat. And sometimes I go home, my family call me bougie, because I just look at the Chinese store. Like, I go home, I be like, I used to eat out of here.
Yeah,
I used
you
to
don't
get
realize
the
that.
3 chicken wings with fries.
And
now you couldn't pay me to eat out this motherfucker.
You can.
But I go home, it's still packed.
Yeah.
Them niggas and they don't know.
That's all they know.
All they know.
That's all they know.
It's this rat, cat, and mice they serving you with this motherfucker.
And it's like, I tell people all the time, like, if you want to change your community, change, like, the food that's being served. Like, be that person. Like, I live in the hood. Like, and it's going to take me a lot to live out of the hood, because I know that I'm a greater influence in the hood than I am out of the hood. Like, that's just what I believe,
Yeah. But LA hood is, they're a little bit more, they're a little bit woke. Yeah, they're a little bit more woke than Philly hood.
Yeah.
But, like, I definitely, like, if I see a product that's plant-based in my Ralph's, like, I'm pulling everything off the shelf, and I'm like, okay, every time I come here, I'm buying it, and then I'm asking the produce manager, oh, those organic cuties, like, I need those. You know what I mean? The organic grapes, I need that. You know, like, what happened to X, Y, and Z? And it's like, we don't fight for ourselves, like, in the hood, as they will in Beverly Hills. Like, you can't.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can't kick nothing off in Beverly Hills, without the whole community, voicing their opinion. And it's like, in the hood, like, we kind of just roll over and say, okay, this is what they're giving us. It's like, no, you don't have to accept it. We don't have to live in food deserts. We don't have to have the only option is McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Popeyes.
And McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Wendy's, Burger King, they slick. They got this 4 for $4 shit, and I understand.
Yeah, somebody on a budget.
They going off of, they know motherfuckers that 4 for $4, even if this shit is bad for me. But it's $4.
And then even our
I get a whole meal for $4.
Yeah, and even our government is at fault, because there's things like the WIC program. They'll give you 18 blocks of cheese, 5 gallons of milk, all this BS, but then they'll only give you $18 worth of produce a month.
Oh, that's how they do it?
That's how they do it. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, that's true.
Mommy said, I noticed the stores in the hood don't sell the same products in nicer areas.
Oh, they don't, though. That's in every state.
They do not sell organic. They do not sell pesticide-free. And it's like, when you think about, like, the stuff that food is grown in, the chemicals, it's unfair. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we should be fighting for. We should be fighting for, like the dude he sued Monsanto for, he was working in the field and he got cancer.
He got cancer, and they had to pay him a lot of money.
They had to pay him a lot of money just for him working with it. He got cancer. Now think about it. We're ingesting that.
Yeah.
We're ingesting it. And we can't get away with it. We can't get away from it.
I think too, for me to change my diet and go and get into any of that shit, because I'd have to quit getting high.
No, you don't have to.
And not that I would have munchies. I don't mean like that. I would get high and I forget what I'm supposed to not eat.
No, I get high and I be like paranoid as hell. Like, oh shit, I'm really gonna die.
Hey, let me ask you this. Okay, what is a perfect meal for you? Like, tell us what is a perfect meal for you.
So I intermittent fast in the morning. So that means I don't eat until after my first bowel movement, and midday lunch is my.
How did you come up with that?
You don't eat until after your first.
Yes, you don't eat.
Even though I usually have my bowel moving in the morning anyway.
Yeah, you don't eat, because a lot of us, like, especially if you're eating meat and cheese, like, you're not letting your system fully digest everything. And so then you're just packing everything on.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be very conscious and listen to your body. Like, you don't have to, out of habit, wake up and have breakfast.
No, I don't do that.
So I do intermittent fasting.
Yeah, somebody. I think we had a guest on here, Julio, who lost a lot of weight.
Mommy, sister to Earth says drink a lot of water first. Yeah,
yeah,
drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
first.
I always try to drink a bottle of water
tea,
when I wake up.
Lemon water is amazing.
But just what you just said about you don't have to eat when you get up, because remember Julio said you really eat when you hungry.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat. You eat when your body tells you to eat. Yeah.
And then like the first thing I'll have a green smoothie. So I have a smoothie with like a plant-based protein. Shout out to Vegan Smart.
So do you make those at home?
I make it at home.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a protein smoothie with plant-based protein, spinach, berries. What else do I put in there? I'll put chia seeds in there. And then I'll put a bunch of other, natural supplements in it, depending on like what I'm focusing on.
And that's basically your lunch.
That's like my lunch, breakfast, and then I'll snack on fruit for a couple hours. Like if I'm still hungry, I'll eat like some grapes, a piece of fruit, and then I'll have a salad. And then for dinner,
what do you have on your salad?
I like a Asian salad.
What is that?
It's usually like kale.
I didn't know they made salad.
It's usually kale, cabbage,
I better leave the Asian jokes alone, but they fucking around
cashews.
They ain't gonna have me on Saturday Night Live anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at your page. I'm like, this looks
Asian
delicious
salad.
right there. What is?
That's a granola bowl that I make sometimes. It's coconut yogurt with granola, organic bananas.
I think that would just run right out of my butt. I think I would be shitting.
It will,
I'll be shitting in like 5 minutes.
Your first 6 months, it's gonna run right through. You gonna
I'm saying after one bowl of that, I'd have to shit immediately. I'd probably have to eat it in the bathroom.
That's vegan mac and cheese.
Oh, that's vegan mac and cheese.
Yeah, you can get that at Whole Foods in Los Angeles. It's called Mac and Yeast.
Mm-hmm.
It's created by this wonderful plant-based chef. That's a brother. His name's Allende.
That sounds like his name fit the shit.
So I know we've been talking a lot about food, but you just not food. You're the whole.
I'm the whole like.
So
kit
everything.
and caboodle.
Yeah. So it's like lotion
my lotions, my skincare products, my makeup, my hair products. My dog is vegan.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The dog is vegan.
The dog is vegan.
I know the dog like, man, I want some meat up in here.
How the fuck do he know he vegan?
He don't know.
Yeah, exactly. He don't know.
He don't know. He just
eat
whatever I give him.
So what do you give him?
I give him vegan dry dog food from a company called Wild Earth. They kind of like scientifically figured out how to get vegan dog food to have the nutrition and the wild taste that dogs seek.
That's for all our white listeners. Y'all heard that. They got the vegan dog food,
See,
which
and
y'all
that's
probably
another thing.
already
Like,
know.
why do I have to? Why is it for white people?
Now you're not.
They the one who love dogs.
Is your cleaning products also?
My cleaning products. So I use Miss Myers. I use Method. I don't use anything with dyes.
Yeah, because I think my homie was dating a girl who, I guess she went natural. I don't know. It's maybe another term for it. But he said she had a little smell to her. He said,
in that.
What's that about?
Because I guess she didn't use like.
Oh no,
fuck
all that.
No, she didn't use like the regular she went
No,
like
that ain't got shit to do with no plant-based lifestyle.
Smell me.
So you must be
she
using the
smell
good, yo. So she
you
wasn't
like-
using the right stuff or something.
Yeah. I use.
I mean, how was she not using deodorant?
Because there's this is the thing, like you can't have a organic deodorant and then be funky in the inside, because that's just gonna come out your pores. So it's like if you're no matter if it's vegan, no matter if it's vegetarian, if you're eating a lot of processed food, if you're eating a lot of food that you're not creating and it's toxic and you're putting in your body, that stuff's gonna come out. If your pH is not balanced, it's still gonna come out, no matter if you're vegan or not. And that's you have to keep your body clean. Like, and another part of that is drinking water. Like, you gotta drink water.
You said he was dating a girl who.
I've
heard that before. I heard that there was a celebrity. I'm not going to say her name. She's very pretty, very gorgeous. I grew up idolizing her. My friend met her after she had transitioned to being natural, and he was like, she stink.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the, but that's
not the same girl, but I've heard like dude was dating
and that's another thing that, why I want to shift that narrative.
I mean,
about,
didn't she know that her body? Didn't she know?
Man, a lot of people don't know what they smell like. You smell yourself so much, like you don't know.
Well, I mean, if you transition to some other shit,
but you don't know. It's your body odor. You don't really know.
Yeah, that's true.
That just happened, to make sure.
Wow.
I keep the water.
Well, that's where you need good friends. That's where you need good friends.
You need good friends and you need good hygiene, period.
Yeah, like, hey, girl, whatever that new shit you're using, you might have to change that.
Yeah.
So, that's just, so, all right, so I see that you had a lot of fears and stuff like that, so you're getting the word out and you're
I get invited to a lot of events.
It's a lot of, y'all be popping out here.
You
gotta invite me to some of them joints.
It's sometimes it's like too much. It's like Jesus.
Yo, you know what's crazy? My homie Bilal, Bilal, you know he's a vegan now. So sometimes we go to a lot of vegan spots if I'm out with him. Yo, I was coming up with a joke. Yo, you want to find the fine women, sisters? The vegan spots. I don't know what it is. I know they say church and a lot. No, it's them vegan spots.
Church it's a lot of us.
Man, y'all they in there.
The thing about it is not a lot of attractive brothers who are vegan. So it's like if you can look up on, vegan street fair, all the vegan like street festivals and food festivals.
That's what I want to ask you because the girl we had on here who was when we had that show, she said she wouldn't date anybody who wasn't a vegan.
Yeah, she said she don't kiss them, she don't do nothing. They ain't
I don't have a problem
they ain't having no sex.
With that.
Nothing.
It's just take care of yourself. If you I'm a strong believer you can't change people. That's why I'm not big on like vegan police because they want to change everybody, and it's not. I didn't come here.
Yeah, because she was like that.
I didn't come here to change people. Right. I come here to inspire people, and inspiring somebody and trying to force change on them are two different things.
Right. Okay.
And if you like me for who I am and I like you and we vibe, then that's fair.
Right. So what if you go on a date with a man and he just sitting there eating a steak?
No, but I wouldn't have.
I go on dates all the time and guys eat steaks.
Oh, you do? Okay. Because I dated. That's crazy because I dated. It was like maybe a month long. I dated a girl who was a vegan. It's like 10 years ago. So every time we went out, we went to vegan spots, and I enjoyed the food.
I'm not that picky.
I never tripped like, oh, we gotta go this. No, she, it was new. Maybe if we, 6 months into it, we probably would have went to some places I like. But I enjoyed the vegan spots. I enjoyed, like with Bilal, I enjoy the food. I
Because my thing is, it's better for me to go in your environment and kind of show you the way in that sense. Like if I can go to Ruth Chris or I can go to Mastro's with a guy and like show him that I can eat here, that's a bigger influence to him than me bringing him into my.
When you say show, you mean you find you something on the menu?
Yeah, get a salad.
Get a salad, get a baked potato, no butter, broccoli, no butter, and salad dressing.
You notice she said Ruth's Chris. You know that.
Maestro.
She didn't say Cheesecake Factory.
Maestro.
Cheesecake Factories. I go to Cheesecake Factories with my family, and I get that they have the Impossible Burger there.
She said with her family.
Yeah.
But on the date, it's
on a date, please
no.
No, don't take me to Cheesecake Factory. It's gonna be the first and last date.
What's wrong with her, man? What's wrong with I'm taking a lot of girls to the Cheesecake Factory.
My daddy take me to Cheesecake Factory.
What's wrong with the Cheesecake Factory?
That's why it should be
There's nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. They have a lot of vegan and plant-based items on the menu. But,
That's that's interesting. Yeah, and that's I'm telling you, brothers, if you wanna find a beautiful sister, check out them vegan spots. I might start I'm not vegan, but I might start.
Just go once a week.
They just opened this plant-based spot not too far from. I might just pop up in there,
and
just act like I'm, you know what I mean?
Enjoying a vegan
cupcake. They ain't got no vegan nightclubs? Where they party at?
There is
That's
a thing
where I want to
called
catch them in that
nights.
Environment. Fuck just eating.
Yeah, shout out to Vegan Street Fair.
I want to catch them drinking.
They have an event called Vegan Nights in North Hollywood by the Federal Bar.
Oh yeah, I was just there. That was where the comedy show was at.
And then there's a string of events called Vegan AF or Vegan as Fuck, and they do a lot of like vegan day parties, pool parties, stuff like that.
I've seen that advertised before.
Yeah, we kick it.
Yeah,
we
vegan
smoke,
we
drink wine, we drink.
They just
Vodka and tequila is vegan.
Oreo cookies. Okay. Oreo cookies is vegan.
Yeah, there's good vegan stuff and there's bad vegan stuff.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Fast food. When our guest was, they told us the difference between like fast food.
So Patron is vegan, huh?
Yeah, Patron. It's from the agave plant, which makes a agave syrup.
What about honey?
I didn't know.
Honey is not vegan, but you should eat honey because our bees.
I heard
the bees are dying.
That's a big topic.
We need the bees. The bees are endangered right now, so we need honey.
Yeah, I heard that in the vegan world, like should you eat honey or should most?
And that's why I say I'm plant based. I believe that we should save the bees. And,
So don't eat no honey.
No.
You can't. It's an animal byproduct. So as a vegan, you shouldn't eat honey. But our bees are dying.
Yeah.
Bees can't survive in our environment right now. So
Well, they
it's
shouldn't be
like,
stinging motherfuckers.
It's
That's
not
why
about
they die.
them stinging anybody.
Oh,
It's
okay.
about
That's how I knew them dying.
the waves from the cell phones kind of confuse them. They don't know where to. Yeah. The radio waves from all the stuff in the air kind of confuse the bees, and the bees don't know where to go.
Who said this
shit?
shit?
The chemicals that they spray on plants. Yeah, we're killing
Wow.
our ecosystem.
I guess I'd be so high that all that shit, I don't even hear about it. I didn't know the motherfucking bees was dying like that. I seen them flying on. They had them. I seen them one night. I was high watching TV, and I seen them talking around, and the bitch had the beehive around, but I didn't have the sound up.
Yeah, we need to preserve our bees.
Yeah. Okay.
So cruelty-free makeup. I'm on your page.
Yeah, you're stalking me. Instant stalking me.
Cruelty-free.
Those are vitamins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cruelty-free.
Is this stuff expensive?
That's a good question.
Kind of, sort of. Like you can go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and buy they always have a lot of vegan, cruelty-free, plant-based skincare items. But if you just open up your kitchen cabinet, you could create most of the products.
Okay.
I'm too lazy to do it.
Like, give us an example of some shit you could just create.
Yeah.
So, you need some moisturizer, coconut oil, easy. Olive oil.
I don't have any
easy.
coconut oil
You
in
have
my
olive
house.
oil in your house?
No.
I got olive oil.
You-
I just use cocoa butter. I just use cocoa butter vegan.
Depends on what if it's pure cocoa butter and it doesn't have
Suave from Target.
Suave is definitely gonna kill you.
Oh,
and give you skin cancer.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. So what? Okay, I gotta holler at you. I gotta find some good
And then
cocoa
the thing
butter.
about the cruelty free is that's another thing where it's what they do to animals to test products for humans. Mm-hmm. For air fresheners, I know that they'll put puppies and bunnies in a room and then they'll just spray them with household chemicals and air fresheners and see how long before they die or how long before they can't take it.
Oh wow.
That's just evil.
Yeah, that's just cruel. Yeah.
And then they kill them. They euthanize them.
Damn.
Yeah.
But then if you decide to kill your dog because something's wrong with your dog, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
If you beat up a dog or you have a dog fight, now you're in jail for how many years? But
True.
you can spray all kind of products in an animal's face to see if a human can use it.
Yeah, I thought they
That
used
doesn't make
mice
any-
or rats.
They
for that.
use mice, they use rats.
Well, I don't
they use
mind the
bunnies.
mice and the rats. You can kill all of them.
But it's we need those mice and rats for certain things.
We got enough of them. This is it's enough. I mean, we can kill a few of them. Motherfuckers. They.
You should want to kill anything.
You get a female mice and a male mice together. Give them about an hour. It's like 50 other mice. They procreate quickly. So we don't need all.
Damn, you said in an hour.
they
So
quick with it.
They use rodents. They use bunnies. They use dogs. They use cats.
Armand said, "You got me at the vegan alcohol."
Yes.
That's him over there.
Yeah.
So the vegan alcohol.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's good to know. That'd be a deciding factor for me.
So it's a difference in your life since this. How long you been?
So in November, it'll be 6 years.
6 years.
Wow.
And you notice the difference. It's a whole different.
It's a whole different ball game.
And you like it.
Yeah,
You
I love it.
I see that you really. That's why I wanted to get you on here because I saw that you was going hard with this, and this. I think this is something definitely that we need to move to. So I need to you got to give me the hookup on the cocoa butter because I can't be putting skin cancer on me.
Yeah, just go to the African shop and get you some raw shea butter.
Where's the
Where's the
African
African
shop?
shop?
There's one on Washington and La Brea. This one right
Oh,
there.
okay, over there.
Ain't nothing in the valley.
I don't live in the valley.
Oh,
I don't go
okay.
to the Death Valley
Okay.
anymore.
You used to know
I
you
used
used
to
to know
live
the
in
valley.
the valley.
Now, it said Washington. Okay,
Yes.
so African shop. I'm like, I didn't even know that. I didn't know where the African shop was. Shit.
Yeah.
So
I know they got one though.
So you get invited to a lot of stuff. Do you what else do you do about this
So I do a lot of collaborations and partnerships with brands.
Oh, okay.
So,
Cool.
They send me products to kind of share with my audience. I try them, I test them, tell people if I like it, if I don't like it, should they buy it, should they not buy it.
Oh, so that's
So-
cool.
That is real cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you okay? That's so what is this? I
Get
see
paid to get some shit for free.
Yeah.
So,
I like that hustle there.
You know, and I like to work with plant-based, of course. I like to minority-owned. If you're not minority-owned, I like companies that have a strong give back. So if they're, you know, if they're getting products from like the Amazon or Africa, Central or South America, like I want them to be giving away a percentage of their profits to the communities that, you know, that they're getting stuff from.
Have you had anybody close to you that thought what you was doing was just crazy as fuck?
My mama don't understand it.
Oh,
She
That's
doesn't
crazy.
get it at all.
She was.
She doesn't. She gets the diet part of it, and she gets the lifestyle part of it, but she doesn't understand like the work aspect of it, you know. So it's kind of
you have to
hard.
ex-
I have to my mom doesn't, you know. My
She's trying
mom
to say
is-
like how you make money off it. Is
Yeah,
that what you,
she's like-
mom always thinking like, well, how you paying them bills?
right, and she thinks social media is the feds. So,
yeah.
so she's like, her whole thing is you got all your information on Facebook and Instagram. I'm like, yeah, but I get paid from Facebook and Instagram. So.
They don't. The
My
old,
mom is like old school,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
60s, 70s.
Yeah,
You do not
yeah.
trust anybody with anything.
No, yeah, I know that shit.
It's funny. My mom on Facebook, but she don't know what she be doing. She be
Yeah.
trying to post. One time, my mom, I tried to call her. She had lost her cell phone for like 3 weeks. I'm like, she's like, I don't know what my cell phone is. One day she said
She
she
just went without it for 3 weeks? Go
Yeah,
ahead,
she don't.
go
It
ahead.
didn't make no big. Didn't change her life. She rarely used it anyway. It was gone for 3 weeks. Then one day she went in the house. She went in the refrigerator and she found she left it in the refrigerator.
Oh, wow.
And then she thought she was like, I remember I bought some groceries and I put it in there. That's why I left shit. So her phone was in the refrigerator for 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Damn.
what we working at and trying to don't Cash App all them apps is that throw her all off. She don't.
Yeah, man.
I'll be like, yeah, Mom, I can send you some money, but you got Cash App. I don't know what that is. Western Union. Who nobody still Western Union no more?
I know, damn, that's funny as fuck. I remember, it's funny with this Facebook shit, because I got an uncle, my old school uncle, he wild as fuck anyway. I mean, he's the wildest motherfucker that you could ever come across. I mean, so anyway, he just got affiliated with Facebook and shit a few months ago. And he ain't got no type of etiquette on there. He just putting shit that's supposed to be private right out there in the open.
Oh my God,
So-
I just did that last week and
so
it was
hold
like
on.
horrible. It was
So
horrible.
I was, I had some shows in Texas. So I was advertising my shows in Texas. And my other uncle seen it. And he says, hey, Toby, what city you in? Me and your aunt, we down here in Texas. So they wanted to see if they was close enough to come see me. So my uncle just got on Facebook. He just said, he put it right on the front page. He was like, fuck them, Toby. That bitch never liked none of us anyway. Talking about my aunt. And I was like, this nigga just put it out there for everybody to see.
He got
She seen it. My uncle seen it. Everybody, the whole family seen that shit. And he didn't even realize he did nothing wrong.
Hilarious. That is hilarious. So, Brandi, somebody, listening to this or, on your page and, following you, want to get into this life, want to change their lifestyle, want to get into it. What's the steps? What kind of advice would you give them, the steps to take and stuff?
I tell everyone when they ask me, it's like, figure out your why. If you don't know why you're doing it or why it's important for you to change any habit, whether it's like working out, going plant-based, going vegan, changing all the products in your house or organizing your house from top to bottom. You have to understand why. And if you don't have a strong enough why, it's not going to last. Like if you are getting into it, like a lot of people get into it, oh, I want to lose weight. Okay, but then after you lose weight, are you going to be consistent with it? Are you going to stick with it? For me, it's something that's bigger than, how I look, my weight, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting up in age. I want to be here long, I want to be here for, future generations.
Getting up in age, you young buck.
Yeah, I'm a little, I'm older than I appear. So, for me, the why has to be big. And if your why is big, it'll stick and it won't be as hard.
Right.
Because it's not easy. Like a lot of, it's easier now than 6 years ago. but being consistent with it when, like, you know, I tell people, like, eating is the first thing you do. You know what I mean? And it's something that's so personal. So changing your whole ideology about food and how you like live and move in society, you know, that's big. You just have to know why you're doing
Okay,
it.
so let's say they come up with a great one. They got a why. They have a why, you know, a valid reason why. So what's the next step?
The next step would be to stick to it.
Okay.
Like, it's not going to be 100%. I'm still to this day not 100%.
What's the biggest thing you miss?
At this point, I don't miss anything. Like, it's been so long that I don't. Fried chicken, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. Like, I mean, because, like, for me, I haven't had pork in, like, probably almost 20 years or whatever it has been, something like that. But I still miss, like, pepperoni pizza. Or
See, I just made a pizza last night, and I
still miss ham.
I don't miss any, like, I don't remember what ham tastes like. I don't remember
bacon, sausage. I
don't remember what bacon tastes like.
Yeah.
So it's like you'll get to a point where it's like not even, it's second nature. But then there'll also be times where, like, if you fall off the wagon, don't beat yourself up. Get back on. You know, this was like anything, just like keep going.
I wanna read. Can I read one of your posts on Instagram? Because I think this is really this is good. So this is you can check out on Instagram, Vegan Glamazon. Is that Glamazon? I said that right? Okay. We're gonna talk about that name. How you came up with that name? So this is Brandi's one of her posts. This is a caption to one of her posts. To be honest with y'all, my relationship with food hasn't always been a positive one. I spent years chasing the latest diet trends and pills, trying to force my body into whatever shape advertising told me it should be. Once I committed to living a plant-based lifestyle, things begin to change. I begin to love myself and the food I put into her. It's been an amazing ride, experiencing food in such a positive and healthy way. I don't get it right 100% of the time. I can't say no to vegan donuts ever. I'm finally happy with the food I eat and the choices I continue to make. Let me know if you have any questions about going plant-based. I'm here to help. And I think the main key, as great stuff, is I don't get it right 100% of the time. So you're telling people, listen, don't.
Yeah.
If you fuck up, you're going to fuck up.
Yeah. That was remarkable, Brandi. Let me tell you the most remarkable thing out of that, too. One of the most remarkable things is what you said and the fact that Jamal read that shit without making one fucking mistake. This nigga usually fuck up all the words, everything. He read your shit perfect.
I was making sure I ain't fuck because I knew you was watching. I usually do one word. I kind of tripped on one word. I was up early. I don't know what
everything
it was.
he read your shit.
But it wasn't no big words. It wasn't no big words in that. I got that down.
That was good. That is true. Wow.
Yeah, just well, I don't get it right 100% of the time. Vegan donuts. I would like to try some of them. Huh?
Felipe eats
donuts.
shit like that. The vegan donuts.
Donuts on what's that? 3rd and La Cienega has good vegan donuts, and then a donut friend in Highland Park, around the corner from where I went to college. So
cool. All right, so your name, Vegan Glamazon.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with that?
So I've had a long love-hate relationship with the word Amazon because I've always been extremely tall. I'm 5'11", and it just was something that I never embraced. And so when I was like, okay, I want something where people come to my page and they get what I'm about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Without having to scroll, they can just see my handle and it's like, oh, okay, this is what this is about. And I was like, let me add the Amazon, make it Glamazon, and then there we go. And
that's catchy. That's catchy.
That's always been. Did you have anything else, or you always had?
I was at Brandi Austin before, and then I switched it to add Vegan Glamazon, and that's kind of when my following kind of went up.
Okay. Do you still act too? You still?
I'm on hiatus. I'm taking a short little break.
I've seen we ran into each other at auditions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm taking a short break.
Okay.
From acting, but
hey, well, that industry always gonna be here.
It's always gonna be there. Like I was thinking today, like, oh, I want to get headshots and I want to go on some auditions. I have that thought like every 3 days.
It's still a grind.
Like it's still there, and I'm in LA. It's always gonna be there.
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Thank
and
you
it
for
was
having
interesting.
me.
I'm just over here.
That was very
interesting.
Good, man. Amon says Simply Wholesome. What is that? Is that a spot?
That's over off of Slauson and La Brea. Raya. They have really good smoothies and like good patties. Like if you want like a
heard
spinach
it's Simply
patty
Wholesome.
or a cabbage patty, that's the joint. And they have like a small like market, which is good because it's one of those options in the hood for us that provides healthy, organic food.
Okay. Tell everybody where can they
Wow.
find you at and what you got going on.
You can find me on Instagram primarily at Vegan Glamazon, or you can go to my website at veganglamazon.com. Slide into my DMs. I'm nice. I don't bite.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate you coming. You're welcome to come back anytime.
Thank
Anything
you.
going on, please, you're definitely welcome to come. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandi Austin.
Yeah, that was good.
Definitely,
man.
definitely. Tobe, you got anything coming up, man?
Oh, yeah. This Friday, September 27th, I'll be at the Plaza Theater in El Paso, Texas, with the homie Felipe Esparza, Rodrigo Torres. El Paso, you know somebody in El Paso? After all the shit they've been through, tell them to come out and have a laugh with us. Some of the proceeds will go to charities in El Paso, some of them. All right.
He said some of them.
And then Saturday, the next day, we'll be in Corpus Christi, Texas, at the Selena Auditorium. Once again, Felipe Esparza, Tobe Hixx, Rodrigo Torres. You can get your tickets at FelipeWorld.com. And October 8th, I'll be at the Throckmorton Theater in Mill Valley, California. It's a Tuesday night show for all my people in the Bay Area. October 8th, Throckmorton Theater in Mill Valley.
Definitely. This Monday, I'm at the world famous Hollywood Improv this Monday. Showtime, I think it's 9 o'clock. So if you want to come, just hit me up, DM me, and I'll get you on the guest list. Philly, I'm coming home. Philly, October 27th, Sunday at 7:30. I'm doing my I've survived 20 years in LA show, so I'm coming home, Philly. Tickets are at punchlinephilly.com, punchlinephilly.com. Tickets are just $20. So Philly, support a brother, man. I'm coming home, man.
Yeah, you niggas can get them 3 chicken wings and fries. Yeah. You can come to the show in Philly.
At the Chinese store that's on every corner.
Yeah.
At the Chinese store that's on every corner. Listen to us on, well, you already listened to us, you know, but please rate us, subscribe to us, review us on iTunes. If you leave us a dope review, take a screenshot of it, go to our Instagram page, DM us that screenshot, and we would send you a free T-shirt. That's what we do. We would send you a free T-shirt. You know how we do, man. Shout out to our sponsors this week, Doman Cheap Movers. Doman Cheap Movers, the #1 moving company in the San Fernando Valley. If you need a move,
they'll make it smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandi know about Doman Cheap Movers. You know about it.
Yes, I referred very many people to Doman Cheap Movers.
Oh, yes, right. And they all been satisfied. That's how we do it, man. We love you guys, man. We talk to you next week.
Dope to the podcast.
We out.